Pacific and Indian Oceans. And you have category 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then you have 20, 16, 10, 5, 2, and there's 53 over here. I have 16, 8, 6, 5, and 4. And there's 39 of them over here. Hey there, bub. I think everyone else is hiding, and I'm supposed to go seek them. Yeah, 53. All right. So I did teach this incorrectly. I'm sorry. I'm not as perfect as y'all thought I was. All right. So basically, those are observations. The far right column is the totals of all the hurricanes. The bottom totals are the category 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hurricane totals, depending upon which ocean you're in. Okay. This is where I made the mistake. I'm sorry. So if I want to figure out the expected value, so let's take this guy right here. We have 20 hurricanes that are going to take place. So what I'm going to do in order to get the expected value is I'm going to multiply this and this together. So I'm going to go 53 times 46, and then I'm going to divide it by this total. Okay, so if I multiply those together, divided by 110, then this comes out to 22.2. So that means you were expecting 22.2 category 1 hurricanes in the Atlantic Ocean. Okay? So then if we want to figure out how this works with the chi-squared, that means I'm going to take my observed minus my expected quantity squared over the expected. Okay? Well, the observed just becomes the 20. The expected is now our new 22.2, and then divided by that. So I am so sorry that I made a mistake. 2.2 squared divided by, and that comes out to a chi-squared value of 0.218. Okay, so if I wanted to find other values, let's take a different color. Let's say I wanted to figure out this one right here. So that purple is now going to be 18 times 46 divided by the 110. So this is how I find my expected value. So 18 times 46 divided by 110. So that comes out to 7.53. And then if I wanted to figure out the chi-squared of that, so that's going to be my observed minus my expected quantity squared over my expected. So those of you just came in, I had made an error, so I was going back over it. So this is my 7.53. Oops, that's going to be my 4, excuse me. 4 minus 7.53 quantity squared over 7.53. So 4 minus 7.53, and then 3.53 squared divided by 7.53. So my chi-squared value of that particular one is going to come out to 1.65. Okay, so that's just generally how I had made the mistake, and I apologize. So let's take a let's take an example of, let's base off what the homework had been. And I know I had given you an original chi-squared value, but let's actually figure it out from the homework. So I'm on page 135. So if you have room, squeeze this in. And let's make sure we have. So we have female and we have male. And then hair, eye color. So we have black, brown. I didn't know there was black eye color. Is there really black eye color?
Yeah.
Really? It's not just dark brown?
Technically, it's just dark.
Oh, okay. Green. And then gray eyes. Isn't gray just light blue?
No, I've seen it. Very high.
Really?
Yeah.
Man, I gotta start observing. That and become not colorblind. Kid you not. All right. So this is on page 135. This is the eye color chart. So the first thing I want to do is I want to find that my degrees of freedom. So that's going to be row minus 1 times column minus 1. So row, I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 5. So I have 2 rows. And then 5 minus 1, so that's going to be 1 times 4, which my degrees of freedom would be 4 in this case. Okay, I think that's relatively set up okay. Agree? So the degrees of freedom changes a little bit when you have a two-dimensional box, or two-dimensional grid. All right. Establish the null and the hypothesis. So the null would be, I'm going to call I and gender, saying there's 2 genders. So we're going to say that mu is independent, like the trucks. See, Tommy, how I work that in?
Very smooth.
Do what I can for you. And mu is dependent. Okay, meaning gender affects eye color or gender doesn't affect eye color, or eye color affects gender or something like that. All right. So now we want to find our degrees. Wait. We want to create our chi-squared values. Okay. So this is going to be kind of extensive. See if you can follow me on this. Okay, so I'm going to try and do this in different colors. So if I wanted to find that 20, it's going to be 85 times 25 divided by the 167 plus, let's do this one in blue. If I go here, this is going to be 85 times 45 divided by the 167. If I wanted to find this one, this is going to be plus 85 times 45 divided by the 167. I want to find this one, it's going to be 85 plus, or times 35 divided by the 167. If I want to find this one, that's going to be plus 85 times 20 divided by 167. Okay, now we have to go to the next one down below. Let's see if I can keep going with some colors. All right, so we'll do this one in orange. This is going to be 82 times 45 divided by the 167. I hope I don't run out of colors here. Do this one as neon green. That's going to be 82 times 45. So this one happens to be the same because the numbers are the same. Purplish, or no, we gotta go more. We'll go pink. So we go on this one. So I'm gonna bring this down here. Plus 82 times 22 divided by 167. More colors. How about an aqua? Okay. Find this one. This is gonna be plus 82 times 22 divided by 167. Yowzers. That's a hard color to see. And grayish. Is that gray or brown? Is it?
Yeah.
I actually identified a gray versus a brown correctly.
Are you colorblind?
Yeah, my grays and browns are bad. Plus 82 times 20 divided by 167. And then this is where you want a calculator that's going to handle this. Like Desmos can handle it if you go all the way across. So I'm going to go, let's see, 85 times 25 divided by 167 plus 85 times 45 divided by 167 plus 85 times 45 divided by 167 plus 85 times 35 divided by 167 plus 85 times 20 divided by 167 plus 82 times 20 divided by 167 82 20 or 82 times 82 times 45 divided by 167 plus 82 times 45 divided by 167 plus 82 times 22 divided by 167 plus 82 times 22 divided by 167. I think this is my last one. 82 times 20 divided by 167. Oh, shoot. Gave me an error. Go to. Where's my go to? Delete that. All right. So my chi-squared sum, if I did this right, to 137.4. Whew. Yowzers. Okay. All right. So this becomes answer C. Now, I want to just make sure I did this all right. Go here. Just make sure I have it plugged in right. Can't believe these calculators can handle this much stuff. Okay, 85 times 20. Ah. Enter. I made a mistake again. This should have been 147 or 149.6. Let's just make sure that I did it all right again. The very first one was my error. $85 times 25 divided by 167. 85 times 45 divided by 167. 85 times 40. Oh, there's another. Oh my gosh. Times 45 divided by 167. 85 times 35 divided by 167 plus 85 times 20 divided by 167. 85. Oh, 82 times 40. There's another mistake. Jeez Louise. 167. 82 times 45 divided by 167. So that value is going to change again. 82 times 45. I have that twice. Oh my gosh. Oh, holy cow. All right. Maybe the easier way to do this is this. 85 times 25 divided by 167. Will you guys do me a favor? So I just did this math right here. Will you figure out the rest of those real quick? Yeah, so the first one here, I get 12.7 plus, and then 85 times 45 divided by 167. Did we get an answer?
Oh, I thought you were putting points.
That's a times. That's a times.
Oh, so I literally just.
So this one is 85 times 45 divided by 167. 22.9, thank you. 85 times 45 divided by 167. 22.9 again. Oh, well, duh, that makes sense. 85 times 35 divided by 167. 22.39, so we'll go 22.4, okay. 85 times 2 or 20 divided by 167. 10.17, so we'll go 10.2. 82 times 45 divided by 167. 22 exactly?
Yeah.
It's 22.09.
Okay, we'll go 0.1. Okay. 82. Oh, this. Did I do this one? Did I do this one twice? No, that should be the same. Okay. So that's 22.1 again. Plus, and then we go to the pink. 82 times 22 divided by 167.
10.8.
10.8. 82 times, we have that again. And then 82 times, hang on, let me make sure that's, 82, yeah, 82 times 20 divided by 167. 9.8. Okay. So now this is going to change this because I had made a mistake. So you said 9.8, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so my chi-squared sum is all of that added up. So 12.7 plus 22.9 plus 22.9 plus 22.4 plus 10.2 plus 22.1 plus 22.1 plus 10.8 plus 10.8 plus 9.8. There we go. 166.7 is what the chi-squared summation is. Okay? Whew. All right. So we want to calculate the p-value now. So I know my degrees of freedom is equal to 4, and the chi-squared sum is 166.7. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump onto Desmos, but don't go onto Desmos normally. Go onto the link that I have on Schoology. So let me jump there real quick. Let's see, where's it at? Let's go. Come on. Schoology. Courses, stats. It's going to be under last week's. All right, so chi-squared on Desmos. All right, degrees of freedom 4. And then my summation was 166.67. So I have to kind of change it on Desmos right here. I think I changed that. So I can go up to 170. Okay, that should now work. All right, so I'm going to go to 166.67. So 167. All right, so so now that gives me a chi-squared of 0, or a p-value of 0. Is 0 less than 0.05? This week it is. So this means that we can reject the null. So we can reject our null. So our null is independent. So they're saying that mu is dependent. That means that eye color depends on gender. Okay? So that's kind of a weird thing, but then you know, like, what kind of assumptions might take place? Well, you know, would it make sense that your gender would determine your eye color, or your eye color would determine your gender? I mean, it seems like it's nonsense. So basically, I would say, even though we're talking about 167 people in this random sample, I think it's a total fluke that it took place. So that's pretty goofy to think about. Okay, so problem number 3 on what time we out of here? 9. All right, so will you do me a favor? Will you try tonight number 3 on page 136 and try and do it the same way we had just done it? It's a much smaller table. So you'd have not as many fractions. So I think you could try that, and I think you might be able to kind of fathom it, okay?